A lot of beginners find logo animation tricky because they're unsure where to start. The secret is to break the logo down into smaller parts. Once you understand how each piece works, you can animate them one by one to create smooth, impressive results. But not all logos are easy to break down at first glance. In those cases, take a bit more time to analyze. Almost every logo is made of individual pieces that can be animated. Once you master this, you'll see how simple it can be. Practicing with different logo styles will help you better understand their structure. The more you experiment, the easier it becomes to break down and animate any logo you come across. Once you break down the logo, everything starts to feel much more achievable. It's like cooking a great dish. You need to break down all the ingredients first to make it come together perfectly. To fully master these skills, practicing with different logos is essential. Before we dive in, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe if you want more tutorials like this. I'm creating a whole logo animation tutorial series, so feel free to check those out. First, we're going to look at minimalistic logo designs. In these cases, there aren't many details, which can make them challenging to break down. However, minimal logos often have distinctive shapes that you can focus on. In After Effects, select the other letters and move them forward in the timeline. The shape that defines the logo's identity will be the starting point of our animation. Start by drawing a stroke over that distinctive shape, ensuring it overlaps with the logo element. After that, you can jump right into one of the most popular logo animation techniques, the trim path effect. Place 2 keyframes on the end property, setting it from 0 to 100. Next, move the layer to align with the icon layer, as they will work together. Ease the keyframes by pressing F9 and adjust the graph editor. For this animation, aim for a slow start, acceleration in the middle, and a smooth ending motion. Once that's done, set the icon layer to use the mat to apply the animation to our main icon. Finally, locate the start of the animation in the timeline and create some anticipation for its reveal. Press G on your keyboard to activate the pen tool and select the stroke. Now, let's draw a rectangular shape, ensuring the end of the shape aligns with the start of the icon animation. Now, search for the cap option and select Round Cap. Then, press Ctrl plus Shift plus D to split the layer. Add a trim path and set 2 keyframes on the end property, from 0 to 100. Ease the keyframes and adjust the graph editor. This time, aim for a slow start and a fast ending motion. Next, look for the length settings and adjust both the start and end lengths to create a curvy stroke. Adjust the keyframes for better timing. Now, add keyframes to the start property, from 100 to 0, to make the stroke disappear after it appears. Adjust the graph editor again, but this time for a fast start and a smooth ending. Next, in the timeline, find the point where both animations align and add a small detail to highlight the impact for the viewer. This subtle touch will make the animation more dynamic and engaging. Let's create a rectangle and rotate it into a rhombus shape. To rotate, press R on your keyboard. And don't forget to adjust the anchor point by moving it to the center for better control. Now, deselect the fill, select the stroke, and adjust its thickness to your liking. Place 2 keyframes for the scale property to scale up the shape. Next, access the opacity property by pressing T and add 3 keyframes. Set the first and last keyframes to 0, and the keyframe in the middle to 100. Next, duplicate the rectangle stroke shape by pressing Ctrl plus D. Adjust the size of the shape by pressing V to access the selection tool. Use this tool to resize the shape as needed. Move the duplicated layer along the timeline to create a staggered effect. Adjust the thickness of the stroke to make it thinner. This will help refine the appearance and ensure the line motion effect looks smooth and cohesive. Duplicate the shape once more and offset this layer as well. This layering technique will create a dynamic line motion effect, giving the animation a more fluid and engaging appearance. Next, apply the same layering technique to the letters by offsetting them in the timeline. Select all the letters and press P to access the position properties. Add a keyframe to set the ending position, another keyframe for the beginning position, and a third keyframe for the overshoot animation. You can adjust the positions either by hand or by entering values, whichever you prefer. By the way, I use the Motion Tool plugin, which simplifies this process. If you're interested, I'll include a link in the description. After setting the keyframes, adjust the graph editor for a fast start, deceleration in the middle, and a quick ending. Make sure to fix the keyframes to match the timing and position of each layer for smooth and synchronized animation. This is the most common workflow for creating minimalistic logo animations. Now that we've completed all the steps, let's preview the animation and see how it all comes together. It looks nice and smooth. Now, let's shift our focus to a different logo style. Animating logo marks is another common technique that many designers use. In this example, animating a logo mark will create a nice, cool reveal that adds more personality to the design. To make the reveal more surprising, it's helpful to add your own shapes to the animation. For example, these 3 shapes will kick off our animation, adding a unique touch to the reveal. Select the 3 shapes and press P to open the position properties. First, add a keyframe to set the final position where the shapes will end up. Then, adjust the starting position by dragging the shapes with your mouse to their initial locations. This will help create movement in the animation. Next, open the graph editor to refine the motion. You can select all the keyframe points together and adjust them to create smooth motion curves. This ensures your animation has a natural flow. To add more variation, offset the keyframes slightly for each shape to create a staggered effect, making the animation more dynamic. Once you're happy with the positioning, pre-compose the layers to keep things organized. Remember to enable the continuous rasterization, the small star-like icon, to maintain the sharpness and quality of the shapes as they animate. Next, adjust the anchor point by pressing Y to activate the anchor point tool and move it to the center of the shape. This will ensure that the rotation occurs around the correct pivot. Once that's set, press R to open the rotation properties. Create 2 keyframes to lock the initial position, ensuring the shape doesn't move. Then, add a 3rd keyframe and adjust the rotation slightly to the left to begin the movement. After that, create another keyframe and rotate the shape slightly to the right, giving it a natural back and forth motion. Once you've set your keyframes, open the graph editor and adjust the curves to refine the motion. You want the rotation to feel smooth, with a gentle start and end to avoid any harsh movements. This will help create a more polished animation with subtle, natural motion. Next, let's make our icon visible by adjusting the layer's start position in the timeline. Once the icon is in place, fix the anchor point by pressing Y and moving it to the center, just like we did earlier. After that, press R to open the rotation properties. Add a keyframe to set the final rotation position of the icon. Then, create another keyframe earlier in the timeline and rotate the icon slightly to the left. This initial rotation will help transition the shapes smoothly. Adjust the graph editor to refine the timing and motion, aiming for a slow start and a smoother finish. This will complete the morphing transition between the shapes, making the animation feel more natural and fluid. Finally, insert a keyframe in the middle of the 2 keyframes and adjust the rotation for an overshoot effect. This will make the icon rotate a bit further before settling into its final position, giving it a more dynamic, lifelike transition. Now, let's animate the circle to complete the logo mark reveal and add the finishing touch to our design. Move the circle layer forward in the timeline to align with the middle of our logo mark reveal. Then, select the pen tool and adjust the stroke to overlap the original circle. Start drawing over the circle shape. It doesn't have to be a perfect circle because the animation will sync with the original, perfectly drawn circle. Next, add a trim path and set keyframes for both the end property with values from 0 to 100. This will animate the stroke drawing of the circle. Ease the keyframes and adjust the graph editor, just like we did earlier, to create a smooth animation. Finally, apply a track matte to the original circle layer, and our circle animation is ready to complete the logo mark reveal. Next, pre-compose all the layers except for the letters. This will help keep the timeline organized and make it easier to manage the overall animation. Now let's add keyframes for the scale and position properties to ensure the animation is centered in the middle of the canvas. Start by setting keyframes for the initial position and size, then move forward in the timeline to adjust the end position and scale so that the animation is perfectly centered. Next, open the graph editor and refine the curves for smooth, natural motion. This will help ensure that the animation transitions smoothly into the center of the canvas. Once you've adjusted the graph to your liking, we'll be ready to move on to animating the text, adding the final touches to complete the project. You can use the same text animation technique we applied earlier, as it fits seamlessly with the overall animation style. Next, pre-compose the letters to keep your layers organized. Then, add opacity keyframes to the layer to make the letters gradually fade in and appear smoothly on the screen. And that wraps up today's video. I hope you enjoyed the process and picked up some valuable new skills. If you found this tutorial helpful, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more content. Now, let's take a look at how everything turned out and see the final result in action.